marketing, 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 marketing. Marketing is so crucial when it comes to a thriving photography business, but I see so many photographers making the same mistakes. Here are 11 of what I think are the top mistakes and what you can do to fix them. Hey, I'm Sarah Petty, photographer and founder of one of the most profitable photography businesses in the United States. And it's my passion to help you spend time with your family and have a thriving photography business, both at the same time. You shouldn't have to pick. Marketing, I get it. It's crazy, it's overwhelming, and everybody throws that word around. Marketing, marketing, marketing. Well, look, I've made a list of what I think are the top 11 mistakes that photographers make. I have a coaching business helping photographers. I've been doing this my entire career, and I've spent years working with photographers, and I see the same mistakes over and over and over. So grab a pen and paper and write these babies down and ask yourself, okay, which ones am I doing and how can I stop it? Number one, and this is fingernails on a chalkboard for me, is copying your competitor's strategy. This is so frustrating because you are making the assumption that your competitor has any idea what they're doing. They probably don't. And I've seen it for years and years. I used to be a marketing director at an advertising agency, which was the best career. I loved it. Our job was to get clients for our clients, to make sure that they always had clients coming in. That's where I fell in love with marketing, and I just absolutely love marketing. I want to share a story from when I was working at the advertising agency, because when this happened, it really changed how I view competitors. I don't even like that word, competitor. We succeed or fail based on what we do. But here's the story. We were working with a client and we sat down and we got all of their goals and objectives for the whole year. We sat in a room and we hashed everything out and we sat down and presented their whole year plan with the media buy, the strategy, the rationale, every piece, the designs, all of it. And they made a few changes, signed off, we got it all implemented, and it was all rocking, and woohoo, everybody's happy. About a month later, this client called me in a panic because I was the rep that talked with the clients, and he said, Sarah, I'm freaking out. So-and-so, my competitor, bought a billboard on a main intersection in our town. And they bought this intersection. Should I be doing billboards? Where are other billboards? I should buy a billboard. And I calmed him down. I said, look, we actually could use billboards as part of your strategy. What I learned at the ad agency is that almost any media will work, right? Anything we do, but if it's got to be part of the bigger strategy. And it probably could have worked for him. But I said, look, we spent all this time, we've got your whole plan in place. So if we mess with that, we basically have to start over, which is going to cost you more money, right? To redo what we already have in place. And we gave you a really great plan. It's going to achieve your goals and get you results. And there probably isn't even a strategy with why your competitor did this billboard, but are you cool with that? He said, okay, I feel better. You're right. You guys know what you're doing. We have a strategy. So we didn't hear much more about it. And he went on and his marketing campaign started working and he was very happy. And it was interesting because that holiday season, we had a holiday party at the advertising agency for all our clients, and all the media came in, TV stations, radio stations, billboards, all the different companies and their reps would come into our party. And we were just visiting around the hors d'oeuvre table. I remember it vividly, what I was holding in the tray. I had a drink in my hand and we're talking just, how are you? How are you? And I said, oh, I love that new board that you put up, 6 months ago, right? Because it was a prominent board. And I said, looks like you got a new client, meaning, the competitor of our client, but I didn't say that. I was just complimenting the board because I liked it. And he laughed and he said, yeah, that client's niece went to work for us and she hadn't made any sales. And so she went to him and he bought the billboard so she could get her first sale. That's why that client ended up on the billboard. It was for no strategic, smart reason. It was to help out his niece, which is how most things happen. And then someone sees it and they think, oh, that's a great idea. I should do that. And then it doesn't work. And then it's like, what do I do next? So that's really the difference between strategy and tactics, right? The tactic is the billboard. The strategy is, where does that billboard fit in the higher strategy? So copying your competitors has to be number one. The thing is, You can do it better. You can have a better strategy, well thought out for reasons that accomplish your objective, not because your competitor did it. So please take competitor out of your vocabulary. Bad word. Number 2, resorting to offering discounts. Wrote a book called Worth Every Penny, and we had a whole chapter in there dedicated to price and discounts. The thing about discounts is a couple things. First off, it attracts price-sensitive buyers. People who go, "Ooh, something's on sale. What is it? Should I get it?" We call those freeple cheaple people. And I always picture their hands coming out of the ground. And they talk like this. "I want it cheaper. Free, cheap." The freeple cheaple people. So discounting attracts freeple people. It teaches your good clients to wait for a sale, doesn't it? Sort of like, at stores you shop at, when they have a once-a-year sale, you're going to load in. And as photographers, because people don't come to us every month, they come maybe once a year, they know that every X month you have a discount, they're going to wait for that sale. And third, it devalues your prices. If you charge, say, $500 for an item, and you put it 30% off, oh gosh, now I have to do math. What is that, $350? Yeah. I did some math there. You put it 30% off. Now in the mind of the consumer, it's worth $350. It's not worth $500 anymore. So you've devalued that product forever instead of just creating the value you need. Because I really want you to listen to this. Write this down, lean in. If you're multitasking, stop. You can never win the price race to the bottom, my friend. As a photographer, everybody has a digital camera. Get it? So most businesses compete with cheap. As photographers, we compete with free because everyone has that digital camera in their pocket. They have a nice digital camera. You're never going to win the price race to the bottom. Ever, 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 ever. Stop discounting. Number 3, this is another pet peeve. And believe me, I try to like them because I started my business career in the days of the Rolodex. Spin your little business cards and feel like, oh, I'm really making it because I got a big, juicy Rolodex. But number 3, scattering business cards around town in different shops is not a great marketing strategy. You tell yourself it is because you're giving away a business card and it's like, ooh, I did marketing today. And you're putting the responsibility on someone else. You're not serving them. You're putting it on their to-do list. And quite frankly, don't we all have one of these? This is our Rolodex. Now, nobody keeps a business card Rolodex. So it's going to go in some mom's purse. In 9 months, she's going to clean her purse out and be like, and throw it away. And you're never going to hear from her again. So you're tricking yourself into thinking it's a viable, great marketing strategy. It's really not. And if you're shopping at a precious little bakery, a quaint little business that might be a good partner for your photography business, but if someone's shopping there, doesn't mean they're gonna see your business card on the counter and take it and say, oh, I'd love to go order large wall portraits from this Sarah Petty person. What a great idea. People don't even know what we do. They're thinking photographer, they must do digital files and be cheap. That's not us anymore. That's not us anymore. So no more business cards in shops. No more. Number 4, thinking marketing is optional. That, oh, word of mouth, people will just come to me. That is true. And if you do a great job, you should get organic referrals. But marketing has to be something that you have a strategy for, you commit to it, and it's consistent. Like a drip, 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 drip. We call it drip and hammer. Like certain things we do that we teach our students that are drip activities, and other things are hammer activities where we saturate the market. Maybe it's an event or co-marketing or whatever that partnership is. But then other things we have to keep doing all the time to stay in front of our ideal target audience. So don't think marketing is optional, because it's not. Number 5, being on your computer all day. Let me ask you, are you stuck in learning mode? I know you're telling yourself, oh, I don't know it all yet, so I can't possibly market myself until I have all the answers. Guys, marketing's like riding a bike. You can't watch videos on how to do it. You can't read books on how to do it. You can in the beginning. Then you need to get out there and do it. Get out of your house. Talk to people. Meet people. Tell them what makes you different. See what messages resonate and which messages don't resonate. My friend had a dream that she was going to build a $1 billion business. And she saw in her dream that how she was going to mix up these like soaps and potions and bars and all these really yummy products. And she started doing it, and she got out there and went to a farmer's market and just out in the sweat with bugs flying around her just day after day, testing messaging to see what made her different from everyone else, to see what resonated. Now she's in the millions with her business because she did that work. You've got to get out there and talk to people. Stop hiding behind your computer. Learning is not marketing. Stop. Number 6, this mistake is a big one. It's not scheduling time to work on your marketing. Why do you show up for a session? Because it's on your calendar. You wouldn't just be like, oh, I have a session at 2. I'm just going to keep working through it. Because I'm watching some Facebook kitty videos. No, you wouldn't do that. So don't do it with your business. I personally like to schedule Monday afternoon for marketing my business. Monday mornings are for me as a mom to get through the weekend, make sure my kids' things are all on the calendar and I've got my week in order. I have lunch, and then Monday afternoon I work on my business. And then Friday afternoon I do the opposite, right? I kind of stop at noon, I wrap up my business, make sure everything's in order for the next week, and I focus on the weekend for my family. If we don't plan those things, they don't happen. So get marketing on your calendar. It is a huge mistake to not plan time for your marketing. Number 7, big mistake. I see the DIYers skimping on your design for your marketing. That's website, that's printed pieces, that's your price list. People are judging everything about you. So when you're hopping onto Photoshop or Microsoft Word, no, and you think, oh, I have all these fonts, I can design things. Stop it. I'm telling you this with love. You can't have an elevated brand when you're designing your own things. People have degrees in design. Typography isn't just picking a font. It's narrowing the leading and kerning, the spaces between lines and letters, and combining beautiful sans serif fonts with beautiful serif fonts and scripts and using them sparingly. So if you don't have a professional degree in that, please don't devalue your brand by doing your own design. And if you don't have a big budget, go trade for it. Take photos of a designer's child and trade for the design. I did it for years. I still do it sometimes when I can. So stop DIYing your graphic design. Stop it. Number 8, spending countless hours on social media. Look, social media is important. It's a great tool to connect with the world. But what happens is you go on there and then, oh, the little kitty cat is so cute. And then the puppy and the deer meets a little piglet. And then you got to watch the next one. And then there's the flash mob dance. And then there's the mystery proposal. And then the birth announcement. And before you know it, your day's gone. And some people will teach you, oh, take this class and you can get 1,000 Instagram followers. What's that going to do for you? Vanity metrics and number of followers mean nothing. I've been in business almost 25 years and I don't do anything on social media for my clients. Other than high school seniors, we give them things to put on their social media, but it is like this much of my business. Everything I do is for you photographers. And it is very time consuming and I have a whole team. With my small photography business, I don't have the time to invest to get all these massive followers. And neither do you. Minimal time, set an alarm, 15 minutes a day max, and then go market your business. So stop spending so much time on social media. What I want you to do is open your phone and go into settings and look at how much time you're spending on average on social media. It's wasting your life away. Seriously, take a minute and absorb that concept. You're wasting your life away on social media. Give yourself some parameters and go market your business. So stop spending so much time on social media. Number 9, stop seeking out some magic bullet mailing list. I get asked all the time, hey Sarah, where do I get a list? Where do I rent a list? Guys, go find an old phone book and just open it and start mailing to random people. It's basically the same thing. If you don't have a just super high discounted offer to get these strangers to come to you, They're just strangers. When my kids went to college, and same with me, I didn't know a soul at college. Do you think I rented a list of people to make friends with? No. I had to meet one person and then another person, and then that person introduced me to their friends, and I might go to their party and they might come to my party. We meet each other's friends, and then you get involved and you build your database and you build your community and you make it bigger. There is no magic mailing list. There isn't. Stop looking for a magic mailing list. Number 10, and this one may surprise you. Stop gambling and spending a lot of money on advertising. Look, I was a marketing director at an ad agency. I got to play with big budgets and small budgets, and I had to make every dollar have a return on that investment. And let me tell you what, it's a lot easier with a big budget to go buy a massive ad campaign that competes with Coca-Cola and Budweiser. That's what you're doing, and media is so fragmented now. And if you're wanting to run Facebook ads, which you see me running for Joy of Marketing, because we are an educational firm. We're business to business, completely different than marketing a photography studio or photography business. You don't need to have a studio to do the same things that I'm doing in my photography studio. But if you're running ads, you are attracting freeple, cheaple people. They think you're doing digital files for a fee, which if you've listened to anything from me, hopefully you're not doing that anymore. So they're looking for the cheapest photographer, and then you're attracting freeple, cheaple people, and then you think you should discount, and it's a vicious cycle. Think about this math. If you have 50 clients in a year giving you $2,000, which our system does that. It's not pushy, salesy. It's not selling digital files. It's creating big, beautiful products. That's about one a week. That's $2,000. One a week at $2,000 is 6 figures. That's a $100,000 business, and you don't need a big advertising budget to do it. Look, in resources, I'm going to put my pricing rules. If you're freaking out of like, I could never get a $2,000 order. Yes, you could. Let me give you some pricing rules to help you. But the biggest thing I want you to learn is number 10, you don't have to spend a lot on paid advertising. You should be happy about that, actually. Number 11, I see photographers not keeping a business database. This is so important because your database is everything. Like when I told you the story about my kids or about me going to college and making a friend and then another friend and another friend, and you meet a group, like that is your database. That's your circle. And so as you grow in business, after 25 years in business, my clients, they're repeat. When we're slow, we go look at our database and we start reaching out to people and we just book sessions from thin air. But you've got to nurture and keep that database. That is huge, huge, huge if you're going to be a photographer. And you don't need fancy software. Use Excel, free Excel or Google spreadsheet, whatever comes on your computer, and just build it that way. That's literally what I still use. Easy peasy. So if you're not keeping a client database, I'm not going to tell you to not do it. I'm going to tell you to not do it. So start doing it. If you're making a couple of these mistakes, don't worry. It's not too late to fix it and move forward. I hope you found this helpful, and don't forget to subscribe.